So I was getting breast enlargement surgery this morning, and that got me thinking, what if I was to show you how to do the ultra god tier ship glitch, which is completely insane. It's a ship that everybody has wanted since I debuted it a long while back. Now, the reason I didn't show it was I was afraid that it could be used and abused, but Hello Games seem to have got their act together, and in safe zones such as the Anomaly, you can't get killed in there anymore. So this is how you do it. So this is a ship here. As you can see, it's a C-class. It's an absolute piece of garbage, but it's a solid and it looks pretty nice, and this is what I'm going to be turning into an ultra god tier ship. Now, first of all, you will need a living ship for this to work, and you want to pre-install, this is part of it, you want to pre-install all technologies and all upgrades that you want. Make sure they are S-class to give it that extra bit of kick. More on that later. But for now, all we're going to do is respawn back in our ship that we want to make into an ultra god tier, jump in and out, and then we're going to go to one of these big portals at the back of the Anomaly. Basically, we're going to use this to go to a pirate station. Now, the way that this was originally done was actually patched out with the latest update and expedition. So essentially, this could get patched out again at any time, and it's taken me quite a while to get this working again. So another reason for me showing you today. So all we're doing is we're using this massive teleport area at the back of the Anomaly, and we're going to go ahead and jump to a pirate station. So we're here at the pirate station now. What you want to do is get your ship to land in one of three spots. Either this one, or the one directly in front of it, which is this one. You cannot do this glitch in any other spot. It has to be in one of those three. Now, what we need to do is jump into our ship and fly off into space. Now, when we physically start flying off into space, you want to get your freighter teleportation ready and physically have that be clicking all the way out until the very second you're able to spawn it in, because this allows the freighter to be as close as physically possible to that space station, and that's vital for getting this to work. Now, like I said, the original method on getting this to work was actually completely patched out, and the reason for that is once you do a normal god tier ship glitch, there is one extra step that you would need to take. So I'm going to do this video still as if I was doing the original ultra god tier, because it doesn't seem to affect it overly too much with performance, but I want to show you what was happening nonetheless, in case you guys want to have a tinker about with it later and get it to work. So all we're going to do here is wait for a ship to land. Now, once an NPC ship has landed, you want to go over to it and you want to either claim or buy the ship off that NPC. Make sure you jump in and out of the ship that you've bought, so then it creates a save point. After that, we're going to go ahead and we are going to scrap that ship. So all we need to do, claim scrap with, fantastic. Now, the difference was we would jump back into our original ship. That was the key to it. So we would jump in and we'd fly out into space. Once we fly out into space, originally what would happen is all of its inventory on the inside would completely disappear. However, in this case, it doesn't seem to do that anymore. But we do get whatever ship spawns in, that still clones over. So we are still able to do it that way. So what we need to do instead is now continue with the original glitch. So like I said, originally, all of its inventory would disappear. And then when you go back out and fly back in, even though it would disappear, it wouldn't disappear, if that makes sense. So then you could go back in and reinstall all of that technology again, and you get it to the point where it's double stacking on itself, and that would cause it to glitch out into an ultra god tier, because you're then double stacking all of its components, giving you amazingly stupid boosts. It was unreal. But this method still works pretty well. So we've got all of the technology installed over on this ship here that we want to go ahead and use. So that's the other key to it. If we can get this all stacked up, so essentially all we're doing is going to be stacking technology, and I'll show you what I mean in just a second. So we get this living ship, we get it off the freighter, and we go ahead and land back into the space station. Once we land back into the space station, we're now able to start installing technology on the other ship, on the ship that we want to make that Ultra God tier. So here we go, we've got this ship right now. We're going to go inside of it, and as you can see, all the slots, everything have all been transferred over, and it's already given us some amazing boosts already. So jump in and out, make a save point, and then from here we're going to go ahead and start installing all of the technology that you can, so such as all your boosters, your weapons, everything. Install the lot. Now, once you've got all of these items installed, what you're then able to do is re-double stack all of these items. So the way that works is all of your alien components you can get, for example, all of your living ship components can all stack, as you can imagine, the main one and then 3 additional boosters. And then it happens again, but with normal ship components. You reinstall, for example, your pulse drive, and then you can reinstall then another 3 S-class booster modules on top of that, and it all works together. There is no limitations. So instead of having just 4 boosters altogether, like the main one and then the additional 3, you're able to have 2 main ones and an additional 6 boosters, which gives you some incredible results, such as basically having over 120,000 DPS, if not more, depending on what upgrades you put in. And that's on things like your spewing vents and whatnot, which is incredible. But that also correlates to your shield, your ship's shield. You become instantaneously God. You cannot take damage. Trust me, I tried. You could not take damage with this. It is stupidly overpowered and insane. There is nothing in this galaxy right now, not even another God tier or Ultra God tier ship, that can kill you, because of the way that the mechanics work with all the shields that you install and all the upgrades of the shields. You all get the buff. You become invulnerable to all damage. And to prove this point, I went and I flew right in front of one of these cannons on one of these ships, and I'll show you that result right now. Now, those that are sensitive to lights and flashes, I do pre-warn you that this is a seizure warning, and I don't want you twitching on the floor, so do avert your eyes now if you are sensitive to that. But what we're going to be doing here is just going very slowly into this defense turret, and as you can see, I am getting absolutely smoked. I am getting peppered. This ship right now should be a burning ball of fire, but it's not. As you can see, I'm just looking at it right in the face and I'm laughing at it. This is literally the ultimate of the ultimate God tier ship that you can do. Now, like I said, it's just a shame that the original method was patched out, but that was just due to the updates that they've done. It's just completely messed it up. But that's why, again, I wanted to show you that this way is still possible and you're still able to do it. And yeah, sure, it takes a little bit more effort because you need to install all the upgrades and whatnot. So now you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, Professor Cynical, how do you keep all of these installs glued into your ship? So there is a way to do it. Now, the way that I've found works best for me, it's easier than you think, but there is some limitations. I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass. There is limitations to how much it works. So, for example, what you need to do is go back to that pirate station. Your living ship will still be there, and it'll have all of those components that you've already installed on your main ship, on your Ultra God tier ship. Everything still clones over, which is perfect. Now, at this point, what you want to do is use the teleportation chamber behind us, go back to your freighter, and make a manual save point. That's very, very important. You want to make a manual save point so you always have these two ships fully ready to go side by side. That will then give you those items in there locked for as long as you reload that manual save point. I hope that makes sense. Now, this would just mean that if you make an auto save and you play a game and whatnot, which is absolutely fine, you play it as you would, but you would be doing it with a God tier ship, just a normal one, without all of those S-class upgrades and the normal living ship upgrades that you've installed. It's just the way the game works. It will get rid of them, so you would have to reapply every time. Unless you reload that manual save, and both of these ships will still be here side by side with all of the goodies still installed. I hope that makes more sense, but I understand that is the limitation of it. There is still no viable way at the moment to make them stick and still make an auto save and continue on your journey after that. But anyway, guys, that's everything from me here today, and as always, my name is Professor Cynical, and I'll catch you all again in the next one. Bye for now.